Sigma males don't walk into a room demanding attention, but they still manage to stand out. It's not the way they talk, or how they dress, or even who they know. It's something deeper, the way they think. People can feel it without fully understanding it. There's a quiet sharpness to them, a way of seeing things differently, of thinking through situations most people overlook. That's where their intelligence comes in. Now, this kind of intelligence isn't about having degrees or showing off knowledge. It's not about trivia, status, or ranking higher than others. It's about depth, insight, pattern recognition, quiet strategy, and the ability to stay grounded while reading a situation better than most. Sigma males often hold back their thoughts until they're fully formed. They'd rather stay silent than speak half-truths. But when they do speak, people listen. Not because they're loud, but because what they say makes people stop and think. It's not always comfortable, but it's usually true. This silent intelligence separates them. While others might rush into action or panic under pressure, Sigma males are often the calmest ones in the room. Not because they don't feel stress, but because they've already thought 10 steps ahead. And that level of thinking doesn't go unnoticed. In this video, we're looking at 6 powerful reasons why a Sigma male's intelligence makes him stand out. It's not about being smarter than everyone. It's about moving differently, thinking deeper, and seeing clearly, all without trying to prove anything. Let's get into it. Reason number 1. Deep analytical thinking, seeing what others miss. Sigma males have a way of breaking things down that surprises people. They don't just listen, they analyze. When someone tells a story, the Sigma male isn't just hearing the words. He's watching the body language, noticing the patterns, and asking silent questions. Why now? What's missing from this story? What's the real reason behind what's being said? That's what makes his thinking different. He doesn't take things at face value. He digs deeper, not because he's suspicious, but because his mind is always working in layers. He sees things other people ignore, inconsistencies, gaps in logic, subtle signs that something isn't what it seems. This kind of thinking shows up everywhere. In conversations, he picks up on emotional tones. In work, he catches flaws in systems others believe are solid. In life, he notices patterns in behavior that predict outcomes before they happen. He's not guessing, he's analyzing. People might not always realize what he's doing, but they feel it. They sense that when the Sigma male is quiet, he's not zoning out, he's calculating. When he finally gives his opinion, it often changes the direction of the entire discussion. And that shift is noticeable, even if no one says it out loud. This also makes him a strong problem solver. While others focus on symptoms, the Sigma male looks for the cause. He knows that solving the surface never fixes the root. So he takes time, steps back, and finds answers that actually last. That's rare, and people know it when they see it. But this depth can be isolating too. Sometimes the Sigma male sees too much. He notices when people are being fake. He feels when something's off, even if no one else does. And that awareness can make it hard to relate to surface-level conversations or shallow thinking. Still, he doesn't complain about it. He just keeps watching, keeps thinking, and keeps showing up with answers when no one else has any. And that's exactly why his intelligence makes him stand out, even when he says very little. Reason number 2, strategic foresight, planning ahead while staying grounded. While most people live in reaction mode, Sigma males are thinking ahead. They don't just respond to what's happening now, they're mentally planning for what's coming next. This doesn't mean they're anxious or overthinking. It means they're strategic. They don't jump into situations blindly. Whether it's a conversation, a career decision, or a move in a social setting, they think before they act. They calculate risk. They predict behavior. They ask themselves what the long-term outcome might be, not just how something feels in the moment. This kind of foresight is rare. It means the Sigma male often avoids mistakes others walk straight into. He doesn't burn bridges without thinking. He doesn't chase short-term gain at the cost of long-term peace. He sees the bigger picture, and he moves like someone who already knows where the path leads. And what makes this ability powerful is that it's paired with calm. He's not rushing or showing off. He's grounded. That means when others are panicking or losing focus, he stays centered. His decisions come from clarity, not emotion. His moves look slow to others, but they're always precise. In group settings, this gives him an edge. People start turning to him for guidance, not because he's the loudest, but because he sees the future more clearly than they do. He can spot when something's heading toward a crash long before anyone else sees the signs. And when that moment comes, people remember who warned them or who stayed steady when everything fell apart. This kind of intelligence is quiet, but it's sharp. It earns respect from those who pay attention. And even those who don't fully understand it still feel it. They might not know how he sees what he sees, but they know he sees something they missed. And that's why, without trying to lead or dominate, the Sigma male ends up standing out, again and again. Reason number 3, emotional intelligence and reading people. Sigma males aren't just smart in a logical sense. They're emotionally sharp too. They don't ignore feelings, they observe them. They notice subtle emotional shifts, body language, and unspoken tension in a way that most people miss. That's what gives them a quiet power in social settings. They might not talk much, but they understand a lot. They can often tell when someone's lying, uncomfortable, or pretending to be something they're not. They don't confront it openly, but they store that information. And when the time comes, they use it, either to protect themselves or to navigate the situation more smoothly. This emotional awareness makes them hard to manipulate. People who rely on guilt, drama, or flattery to get their way usually fail with the Sigma male. He sees through the performance. He knows when someone is saying something just to be liked or to control the room. And instead of reacting, he stays calm, which often throws people off. But it's not just about defense. Emotional intelligence also helps the Sigma male connect. Even though he avoids shallow interactions, he forms deep bonds with people who are honest. He listens, remembers, and understands how others feel without needing long explanations. This makes people feel seen, even if he doesn't say much. At work, in relationships, and even in conflict, this ability sets him apart. He doesn't overreact. He doesn't explode or shut down. He processes emotions with clarity, and he can help others do the same. That kind of emotional control and insight is rare, and people notice it. But again, it's not loud. It's not packaged in motivational speeches or grand gestures. It's in how the Sigma male watches, waits, and responds with precision. In a world full of people reacting to everything, his calm emotional awareness makes him stand out, not just as intelligent, but as someone who understands people on a level most don't. Reason number 4, self-reliance and ability to learn continuously. One of the clearest signs of real intelligence is how someone handles not knowing. Most people hide it. They pretend, avoid, or fake confidence. The Sigma male does the opposite. He leans into it. He sees every gap in his knowledge as an opportunity, not a weakness. That's because he's self-reliant. If he doesn't know something, he finds out. If he lacks a skill, he teaches himself. He doesn't wait to be trained, and he doesn't complain about what he wasn't taught. He takes ownership of his growth. That kind of mindset is rare and powerful. This ability to learn continuously is what keeps him ahead. While others stay stuck waiting for help or direction, the Sigma male moves forward alone. He reads, researches, practices, and experiments. He's always updating his mental toolbox, not to impress anyone, but because he values growth for its own sake. This makes him incredibly adaptable. New job, new city, new challenge. He doesn't panic. He goes quiet for a bit, learns what he needs to learn, and comes back stronger. That quiet time he spends alone is often misunderstood. People think he's isolating, but really he's upgrading. Self-reliance also gives him confidence. Not the kind that needs to be shown off, the kind that's built on experience. He knows that if something breaks down, he can figure it out. If he's dropped into the unknown, he won't freeze. He trusts his ability to think, learn, and adjust. This intelligence isn't always praised out loud. It's not flashy. But people feel it. They start to notice that the Sigma male doesn't ask for help unless he truly needs it, and when he does, it's thoughtful and clear. He's not afraid to ask questions, but he doesn't rely on others to carry him. That quiet discipline is what sets him apart. Not because he knows everything, but because he knows how to keep learning. And in a world that's always changing, that kind of intelligence doesn't just make him stand out, it makes him unstoppable. Reason number 5. Authenticity in speech and behavior. Saying what matters, not what people want to hear. Sigma males don't waste words. They're not interested in small talk, flattery, or saying things just to keep the peace. When they speak, it's because they have something real to say, and that kind of honesty stands out in a world full of noise. This doesn't mean they're rude or cold. In fact, many Sigma males are respectful and thoughtful in how they speak. But they won't fake a compliment, sugarcoat the truth, or pretend to agree just to avoid conflict. That kind of directness makes some people uncomfortable, but it also makes the Sigma male stand out as trustworthy. His authenticity shows in more than words. It's in how he behaves. He doesn't act differently around different people. He doesn't adjust his personality to fit in. He doesn't chase trends or change his style to match the group. He shows up the same way everywhere, quiet, grounded, and real. People notice that. Even if they don't say it, they feel the difference between someone performing and someone being real. And while the Sigma male might not get invited to every social event, the people who do value him know they're getting someone solid, not someone pretending. This kind of intelligence, emotional, social, and moral, helps him stay clear in a world full of mixed signals. He doesn't get caught up in gossip or games. He doesn't play roles. And that gives him a sharp edge when dealing with people, whether it's business or personal. It also makes him a natural filter. He attracts people who value truth and repels those who can't handle it. That can be lonely at times, but it keeps his life clean. No fake friendships. No hidden agendas. Just clarity, which in itself is a sign of deep intelligence. So while others are focused on saying the right thing to be liked, the Sigma male is focused on saying what's real. And even if it makes him stand out in silence, it also earns him quiet respect, the kind that lasts. Reason number 6. Adapting fast to change, turning challenges into chance. Sigma males aren't attached to comfort. While many people resist change and fear uncertainty, the Sigma male moves through it with sharp awareness. This ability to adapt quickly doesn't just show strength, it reveals a deep level of intelligence. Change doesn't throw him off. It activates him. He sees shifting situations not as threats, but as chances to evolve. Whether it's a job loss, a sudden decision, or a life-altering event, he doesn't panic. Instead, he recalculates. He takes a mental step back, assesses the new landscape, and makes his next move with precision. This kind of thinking is what makes him so different. Most people need time to adjust when things fall apart. The Sigma male is already adjusting in real time. He's flexible in his mindset. He doesn't cling to routines or identities. He knows that holding on to what no longer fits is more dangerous than letting go. He also knows how to keep calm under pressure. When the environment changes, when the rules shift, when people start reacting emotionally, he stays focused. That calm, steady response allows him to make smarter choices while others are still catching up. And that's how he often ends up ahead, even when the odds weren't in his favor. This adaptability is tied to his self-trust. He doesn't need a map to move forward. He creates his own. That means if a plan breaks, he doesn't freeze. He builds a new one. If a door closes, he finds another route, or makes one himself. That's not just confidence. That's intelligence in motion. He also doesn't complain when things don't go as expected. He knows change is part of life. Instead of resisting it, he studies it. He figures out how to use it. That mindset turns setbacks into growth and failure into fuel. And while others are still talking about what went wrong, he's already making it right. That kind of intelligence stands out. Not because it's loud, but because it works. When life gets chaotic, people start noticing who's still moving forward. And more often than not, it's the Sigma male. Not because he had a perfect plan, but because he knew how to shift when it mattered most. A Sigma male doesn't need to prove he's intelligent. He just is, in the way he moves, thinks, and responds to life. While others chase approval or chase attention, he stays centered. He knows what he's capable of, and that quiet confidence is what makes him stand out, even when he's trying to stay in the background. We've looked at 6 powerful reasons why his intelligence separates him from the crowd. He sees what others miss. He plans ahead with precision. He reads people deeply. He learns constantly without needing help. He speaks with purpose. And he adapts faster than anyone around him. None of these traits require shouting or showing off. That's what makes them so rare. The Sigma male doesn't ask to be noticed, but he gets noticed anyway. Not because he wants power, but because people instinctively trust the way he carries himself. But standing out comes with weight. When others sense your intelligence, they may test you, doubt you, or even resent you. That's part of the path. The Sigma male knows that. He doesn't chase praise or run from criticism. He just keeps doing what he does best, thinking clearly, acting calmly, and staying true to himself. This kind of intelligence isn't loud, but it's lasting. It's the kind that changes the energy of a room without saying a word. It influences people who never admit it. It shapes outcomes without needing attention. And in a noisy world, that kind of silent power is rare and impossible to ignore. So if you're a Sigma male, trust how your mind works. Don't rush to explain it or soften it to fit in. Let your thoughts lead you, not away from people, but deeper into who you really are. Because once you understand the power of your own intelligence, you stop chasing anything. You just become the one others quietly look to, even if they never say it out loud. Thanks for watching.